Hi, I'm Mike Reynolds, a senior reporter covering the media industry with S&P Global Market Intelligence's Tech, Media, and Telecom News Team. Welcome to MediaTalk, a podcast hosted by S&P Global, where the news and research staff explore issues in the ever-evolving media landscape. On this episode, we're going to delve into the world of advertising in general and Disney advertising sales in particular. What's the market like, and what does that portend for everybody's favorite experience on Madison Avenue, the Upfront? During the Upfront, content providers look to lock in linear and digital schedules with media agencies and their clients ahead of the upcoming TV season, in this case, the 25-26 campaign. Today, MediaTalk is lucky to have Adam Monaco as our guest. Adam is Executive Vice President of Sales at Disney Advertising and has a career that has spanned working in local stations and sales here in New York at WNBC and WABC, multimedia, national outlets, and now multi-platform sales. Adam is going to help us sort through the ad realm. And how you doing today, Adam?
I'm doing great, Mike. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to have the conversation.
Thank you. We'll start right from the top. How is the ad market today? Certainly there's myriad factors and exceptions, but I think the general narrative over the last couple of years, Adam, is that ad sales against entertainment properties have been up and down, while the sports marketplace has been gung-ho and really growing in strength and importance. Is that kind of a fair assessment?
Yeah, I'd say that's accurate. It's definitely a dynamic moment for the ad market right now. Entertainment, we continue to see the shift into streaming. And what we're seeing on the sports side, as you mentioned, is certainly sustained right now, continuing to grow. And we're just seeing tremendous momentum behind it. Live sports, it just remains a really unique proposition when you think about it. It drives not only appointment viewing, but cultural relevance and scale all in one place, which is a super unusual value proposition that we can bring to the marketplace, especially with Disney and with what we have at ESPN. At the moment where advertisers are being more intentional with every dollar, that kind of impact is incredibly valuable. I will say linear entertainment demand is still strong as well. What we're seeing in sports is a demand for live. And certainly when you think about how news is consumed, that is a live experience. And we have a lot of success with our tentpole entertainment platforms at the Academy Awards. We had a tremendous year this year. We had over 50% more custom work that clients leaned into, which was terrific. And we have the CMAs and New Year's Rockin' Eve that continue to deliver for us. And there's still a lot of demand on the linear entertainment side of the house. That's why, even though it becomes a bit more finite, clients still want to lock in that inventory in the upfront because it does deliver results. And so we expect that trend to continue, along with, of course, the growth in streaming. So sports and streaming continue to be the growth pillars, but with still healthy demand behind the entertainment marketplace as well.
All right. Usually, Adam, a strong second quarter scatter market is a harbinger of a good upfront. What's the situation now?
It's one piece of the overall puzzle, I'd say, Mike.
Okay.
We're having certainly earlier, more strategic conversations across multiple categories. And advertisers aren't just reacting to the short-term momentum. They're looking for longer-term partnerships, especially where sports is concerned. We're doing more and more multi-year deals because our clients see the value of those positions. They're very coveted. And so we're looking at 2, 3, 5+ year deals that we're negotiating. And we're seeing growth for the demand on the multi-year positions as well. It's been a good quarter. And I think hopefully it will indicate a positive upfront, especially as the market seems to, at least in the last week or so, seems to stabilize a little bit from a financial perspective.
That's a good thing. Going back to last year's upfront, and hopefully my scorecard is right, I think Disney reported double-digit upfront dollars in sports overall. And as you just mentioned, games with multi-year packs. Obviously, Disney ESPN is the leader in women's sports, and there's been great growth there as well. All of that sound about right, Adam?
Yeah, that is right. We did see growth. We're going to continue to see that with the consistent performance of live sports. It's really at the centerpiece of what they're looking to do and achieve. We continue to see an appetite for deeper investment across all streams, and certainly on women's sports. That's one of the biggest growth stories in media right now. And we're certainly leading the charge. We have 68% of all women's sports impressions are on a Disney platform, which is just massively powerful. And so the momentum behind women's sports, it's just not a moment. It's a real movement that we're seeing. We're having a lot of conversations in market right now. We expect those to continue. Again, I feel like we're in a very good position to take advantage of that. This is a place where we've invested for over 30 years. So it hasn't been an overnight success by any means, but it's one that we've been committed to, that we believed in. And now it's paying dividends for us for sure.
Cool. It's the season. So let's talk NBA playoffs. One of my favorite times here on the sports calendar. How are things looking for the playoffs and the finals? And then next year, you start the first year of a new 11-year deal with the league. Sensibility for what that market might be like.
The NBA marketplace right now, demand remains very strong. We're extremely excited about our continued relationship with the league and our new rights agreement. The playoffs and finals are packed with rising stars, strong markets, and they have all those legacy moments and all the drama that the fans all really look forward to that we can deliver. We've seen continued growth around the NBA as both a league and a platform as far as from a storytelling perspective. That's what we do at Disney overall. And we continue to see that opportunity with the NBA as well. And the playoffs and finals remain those high impact media moments. So even with our new rights agreement that we're entering into, we've maintained the same playoff package and we still have the crown jewel, which is the NBA finals exclusively. And so it creates a lot of strong demand for us and gives us some leverage in the marketplace. And obviously we're very excited about being able to maintain those positions long term.
So can Mike Reynolds LLC buy spots in the final?
Absolutely, my friend. You're talking to the right guy.
All right.
We'd love to have you.
Let's talk about ESPN flagship, which ESPN chief Jimmy Pitaro has confirmed will not be the name.
That's right.
Adam, is that going to be its own market with a series of launch sponsors, or is it being sold in concert with all your other sports properties?
Yeah, it's going to be integrated into our total reach approach, but it also represents a new frontier, Mike, for precision, personalization, and performance. Our mission at ESPN is always to serve sports fans anytime, anywhere. Jimmy talks about that all the time. And we'll need to continue to cast a wide net across all of our platforms, our content offerings, and different price points. So it's an all-in streaming product for the first time. It's going to launch this fall, as you just mentioned. It's going to mark the first time fans can subscribe to all the ESPN networks directly, including on Disney Plus. And so when you think about all the opportunities around fantasy sports, betting, all the cutting edge technology that we're going to deliver to the marketplace, as a sports fan, I'm super excited about it. Forget as a marketer, I think it's going to be an unmatched experience. It's going to be very well adopted in market. And so we are all very excited about it. We're super leaned into it. And again, it's been part of our strategic conversations for next year.
Okay. Maybe getting a little ahead of myself or not. I don't know the protocol. Is it too early for Super Bowl 2027? That'll be the first time ESPN has ever had the NFL championship game. And the first, I believe, for ABC going back to 2006.
That's right.
It can't be in the market yet, or what are you guys thinking there?
Oh, no, we're having conversations early. 27 is going to be a big year for us when you think about not only Super Bowl, but we have the Grammys for the first time. We'll still have the Academy Awards. And so there's a lot to move there. And so we certainly want to have those conversations now. And we are, which has been terrific. You're right. We haven't had it since 2006. So it's going to be definitely a different marketplace when you think about just all the different ways in which the media is consumed. We're already planning to promote it effectively across all platforms of the portfolio, as we've been doing with many of our tentpole opportunities. So you may see Super Bowl conversations happening on GMA, across ESPN, across all of our streaming networks as well. We're going to leverage the full power of the portfolio to promote the Super Bowl and do it only as ESPN and Disney can do it. So yes, we're excited about it and we are in market.
Let's switch gears a little bit to measurement. Disney, ABC, you guys write a lot of business from data that comes from a variety of measurement companies and to do a lot of transactions, both in the market overall and in the upfront.
Yeah. What I'd say is when it comes to measurement, we want to work with all our measurement partners. We've been pretty clear about that in the marketplace. It's got to be meaningful. It has to be, above all, able to drive results for our clients. We're fortunate to have an exceptional data team led by Dana McGraw, my good friend. She's deeply committed, as we all are, to pushing the boundaries of what's possible and delivering real actionable insights across all of our platforms. And marketers, they need better, more accurate measurement. We continue to be tasked as an industry to measure across every device, every platform, every experience. We're constantly evaluating our solutions that we have in the marketplace to provide the best possible options. We just announced recently our Disney Compass and Bridge ID products. Disney Compass, what that does is it creates a single point of entry to access our first-party data, integrates our data with our agency's tools, customizing it for their needs. So what's different about that is that we're not just handing it to them and saying, hey, this is how you're going to work it. We're working with them to make sure that they can easily access all the things that matter to them and to their clients. And then our Bridge ID is our Disney identifier, which just helps us sync with DSPs and measurement partners so we can just scale higher match rates, maximize our targeting and measurement opportunities so that our clients can leverage our first party data at scale and just, again, maximize the opportunity. Because like I said before, every dollar matters. And so we want to make sure we're just providing all the value we can.
More information is obviously better, but does it slow the process down?
I don't think it slows the process down. No, I think that, again, it provides the value that our clients are looking for. And we're trying to do it in a way where I got to be honest, we've been so committed and invested in this for so many years that our clients do understand our offerings. The things that I've mentioned are just ways in which we continue to evolve our technology capabilities. But honestly, these are things that don't cause friction. They actually answer the needs of our clients and our agency partners. So I actually feel it doesn't slow things down. It only accelerates our opportunity to partner, stand up clean rooms, share data, and again, measure the buys on the other side in a manner in which our clients are now demanding.
Fair enough. Rita Ferro, Disney's president of global advertising sales, I think you may know her, has said that Disney aims to generate more than 50% of its ad revenue through programmatic means by 2024. Did you guys get there?
Yes, all of our brand partners are trying to look for the simpler, smarter ways to buy. And certainly automation is at the heart of how we're trying to streamline the experience. So not only do we surpass the 50% mark, Mike, we're on pace to automate 75% of our addressable business by 2027.
Okay.
And another fact that you might not know, but 70% of our biddable deals are now coming through our upfront commitments. So that's a dramatic change from where we were even 2 years ago. So there's certainly more and more automation. We are living up to the promise of that. And when Rita gives a promise as her team, we've got to deliver it. So that's what we've done. And again, we continue on that journey, enabling interoperability for all the data I just discussed across planning, buying, and measurement as well. And so the automation piece certainly is key to that.
All right. So as automation continues, though, the human elements, those relationships you have with the agencies are still critical, especially during the upfront?
Yeah, it's not an either or. The programmatic buying it's complementary to just what we do. We want to provide that choice and optionality, like I mentioned before. Some advertisers want automation and flexibility. Others just want like some high touch point integrations. We're offering all that. And increasingly, we're seeing brands use programmatic channels to activate around those big cultural moments that matter. And so it doesn't replace our relationships at all. It's just a tool to supercharge the buying and the use of automation and data. And so it's actually not impacted relationships at all. I think it's actually made our relationships even more important because the need for automation requires that trust and ability to deliver, which we do every day.
All right. Going back to January at CES, Disney's Global Tech and Data Showcase, there was a lot of emphasis placed on quote unquote magic words, which had been introduced in 24 and is now being integrated into live programming in sports. Magna Global worked with you guys on some tests on this. And can you pull back the curtain a little bit on what magic words is and what kind of role that's playing in the ad market?
Yeah, so Magic Words is one of the most innovative tools we've brought to the marketplace to date. It allows us to surface and target key themes and emotional moments in real time, which is super exciting. And it allows us to align ad messaging accordingly. So it's where context meets creativity. We're seeing strong adoption across all of our holding companies. In fact, all the holding company teams raised their hands and wanted to participate in the beta of this, which has gone extremely well. We're continuing to grow it at scale and seeing more and more interest and demand for it. And so having that ability and being able to deliver on that, it was certainly well received and it continues to grow in demand and we're continuing to scale it.
Any other new ad tech that you guys are really bringing to bear or will be bringing to bear during the upfront selling season?
Yeah, look, we're not just innovating our ad tech. We're trying to redefine what performance and storytelling can look like. So that includes enhancements in interactivity, shopability. We've had our Gateway Go product in market for a while, which is where you can access QR codes and push notifications to buy certain products. And now we're going to be launching Gateway Go on Disney Plus as well. So we're growing that opportunity. And this is all designed to help brands just deliver more value with less friction. And we have multiple teams across our sales organization that are focused on all of this, all the tech innovations, focused on the programmatic buying. We have a dedicated automation team. As part of our reorg that Rita announced, we want to provide focus on key areas. So we have a dedicated brand team that works with our clients. We have a dedicated mid-market team that focuses on the small to medium-sized businesses, but also the independent agencies that we work with.
Okay.
Where we still see a lot of growth and opportunity. And so as we evolve our tech innovations, we also want to make sure we're structured properly in a way in which we can deliver this to the marketplace without any delay. And so we've redesigned our teams in this way.
All right. That is obviously key through negotiations year round, and particularly during the upfront. Last year, I think the company said that 40% of its total upfront dollars were committed from addressable budgets, which included streaming and digital. Adam, are more agencies and clients geared that way today? I think I know the answer, but I wanted to ask.
Yeah, they are, certainly. And as you mentioned, streaming and digital, that was responsible for more 40% of our total upfront revenue last year. And it was driven by our addressable campaigns. So that tells us that brands are fully bought into it on the power of CTV, and we expect that to continue to grow this year as well. And yes, all of that we've been talking about and that we've been working on with our clients, we continue to see as a growth opportunity.
All right. This is going back to the beginning of 2024. Prime Video joined Disney Plus and Hulu, Netflix, Paramount Global's Paramount Plus, and Warner Bros. Discovery's Max and Discovery Plus, and other smaller players in the SVOD ad market. A lot of inventory got added. Maybe things got a little unsettled for a bit. Where do things stand today? The marketplace has settled into that routine.
Yeah, honestly, we keep seeing more players enter the space, right? Which ultimately that validates the model and validates what we're doing. The opportunity now is how to differentiate. We believe our offers, they have a unique combination of scale, storytelling, and technology that others just can't match. We sit in that unique intersection of amazing storytelling, premium content, along with data and technology that our clients can leverage to measure out on the other side. And it is certainly become more competitive, but we do feel we play a strong hand, as linear was always one to many, right? Large audiences. Addressable became more about one-to-one in that relationship between consumers. Now we're trying to get to one to outcome by leveraging our technology. And so I think that's what we're seeing is that difference maker for us.
Okay. Last year, I think you guys did 10% more upfront business on Hulu and Disney Plus. Is that the benchmark to shoot for this year?
Yeah, that's certainly the trajectory of where we think it's going to go. Our advertisers, they're not just looking to test, they're making bigger commitments. And we're continuing to scale our offerings and deliver strong results. And the marketplace is responding to that. We've seen a significant growth in our streaming sponsorship opportunities that clients are leaning into. And we're going to continue to try to be innovative with what we go to market there as well. But certainly, again, when you think about the differentiator of what clients are looking for, those sponsorships give them that. And we're continuing to leverage it in market and, like I said, grow that into the business.
All right. We'll get it to the end here, Adam. We're going to get to everybody's favorite thing now, the T word, tariffs.
Yes, sir.
The implementation is expected to drive consumer prices up across many categories, cars, maybe phones, electronics. Can you give us a sense for what clients are thinking about? Is there a lot of uncertainty at this point? I don't think anybody really has the real crystal ball gaze at this moment.
No, I don't think anybody has the guaranteed forecast or vision for all this. And certainly it's changing day to day. And we're watching the latest developments just like everybody else. First and foremost, when any brand, no matter the category, when they're making an investment, they want to maximize that investment. And so in this type of environment, they're going to turn to publishers they can trust to deliver for them. And that's what Disney is. We provide certainty in a marketplace that's in very low supply. And so when you think about an ABC, an ESPN, or Hulu, our clients know that we are that trusted, true partner. We received very strong positive feedback during the pandemic as far as being a great partner, a publisher that did deliver on its promises. Certainly, we want to be a fair and flexible partner, which is what we proved to be in the pandemic and after, and we will continue to do that as well. So it's certainly an interesting time. Some brands we speak to are trying to understand what it means for their business, how it disrupts their supply chain. Other clients are telling us they're going to continue to move forward with their strategy. They're not going to let this deter them at all because they have to run a business. They have to promote their brand. They want to maintain the share that they currently see. They don't want this to be an opportunity where they can lose share of their business because consumers' buying habits certainly do change in moments like this. And so they are staying very close to us, but they're not going to look to test and learn. They're going to want to be with those partners that they know what they're going to get as far as their return on investment is concerned. And we're certainly one of those partners.
Going back to last year's Upfront, Adam, what categories did Disney ad sales do well with? And what about your sensibility for it? Will it be the same this year, or are there some other categories that you might be looking to break through with?
Last year was auto, it was retail, and CPG were definitely major partners, as well as tech. We may see some different subcategories do better. So with the auto category, we may see more used car sales. We may see a stronger after auto marketplace. We certainly saw that during the pandemic, so that might happen again. But again, from a technology and CPG perspective, all these brands are going to want to make sure that they're maintaining their share. We also saw growth from financial services and travel. We're certainly staying very close, having conversations with all of our partners across multiple categories. But that's what we're seeing right now.
Okay. All right, Adam, here's the best part. Your expectations for the marketplace. Again, maybe it's even a little early for that.
We're still seeing strong interest, Mike. Early commitments are tracking ahead of last year. As I said, our multi-year agreements are doing very well. Premium sports and streaming still command healthy pricing, and we're focused on delivering value at every level of the funnel. As I mentioned before, we're also seeing strong scatter demand still across our linear entertainment, across news. That demand is healthy, and I expect to continue to see that. And so it's going to be an interesting marketplace from a pricing perspective. There may be some surprises based on the demand that we're seeing, even on our linear entertainment, but I think some people think of as, again, declining and shifting to streaming. That's certainly true. But as I said at the top of our discussion, there's still results that we're driving on those platforms. And so the demand is still there.
Going back to last year at the presentation, Rita was there. CEO Bob Iger, he was introduced by Oscar winner Emma Stone. Ryan Reynolds, he was there. Selena Gomez, Steve Martin Short, they touted the next season of Only Murders in the Building. Can you give us a sense, Adam, maybe a little hint? Who might we see this year?
I don't want to spoil any of the fun, but here's what I'll say. I'll say you don't want to miss it for sure. It's going to be an amazing presentation. It's going to be star-studded without a doubt. I think all those names you just mentioned spoke to last year's presentation. I would say with confidence, I expect this year to be even stronger. And again, very excited about the phenomenal conversations and business that's going to follow from the presentation itself.
That concludes this episode of Media Talk. I wanted to thank Adam Monaco for bringing us up to speed on the marketplace and sharing his thoughts about what the upcoming Upfront may look like. Adam, thanks much.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate the conversation.
This is Mike Reynolds. I also wanted to thank all of you for listening. We'll catch up soon on the next installment of Media Talk.